want to drag to do back. Just do that.
Apologies.
I cannot vanquish her alone. So I will join you in this battle. But if I fall, leave me. My only wish is for Edelgard's head.
Okay. Anybody else talk to him? Or if Byleth can. Alright, well, Raphael, you're gonna head in this way. We don't need any healing, I believe. Actually, I am totally going to heal Linhart because they have a support. Who's the other person? That I'm not doing. Oh, Leonie, what's up? God, you were back here, to be honest. Spawn is that attacking? Sure. Oh, hey, Ignatz. Alright, Linhart, not really anything for you to do, so just hang out. Running away? Get back here. No, to do. Why?
I'll try.
Okay, well, this guy can't even reach the door now. So who's attacking him from here? It's Mortal Savant. Wait, he did regenerate his barriers? Ah, that's so confusing. Alright, whatever. Where's Flame? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is a perfectly good spot for Lorenz. Who are we actually dancing for? Like, one thing we could do is actually use Lysithia's Warp this time. I could just throw... Oh, I did... No, apparently Dedue does not have a special talk with Byleth. Okay. Anyway, I do have... Or, Raphael does have Tomebreaker. I'm not sure. Oh, 9, 120, 120. I mean, yeah, his resistance is pretty crap. But 62 avoid. I mean, they'd have pretty low hit rates. So if we warped him in, and if we need more spaces. I mean, we could. No, we can't move Leonie 3 spaces without using Lysithia or Raphael. Still, if we kill this one. I mean, or we could just not have Raphael be the one who gets warped in. Hmm. Hmm. Just nice because that's at the edge of Lysithia's movement range. But maybe we should just warp Leone. Dance for Claude? Alright, so we don't want Flane in range of, well, probably any of this stuff, honestly. So let's just put her right back here.
Sorry.
Oh, I could have done a stride. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Alright. Maybe even a double stride. Unfortunately... super well positioned for that. So if I were to stride for Leone, I could get these three. If I were to stride for Raphael, I could get these three. I can't get Claude involved. Well, one thing I could do is have Byleth be the one to open the door, and then if I'm striding for something that includes Lorenz. I could still warp Leone.
What's my strategy?
All right, let's at least do that. Lorenz is actually only one space away from being able to reach one enemy. Unfortunately, it doesn't really help that much that that's the case.
Let's make this quick.
Like, ideally, it's Claude that I would be warping. Which I guess I could do if I danced for him. And in fact, if I moved him, like, here... Here... Move him here. Dance... or, stride for Raphael. That gets everyone except for Leone, and then we can warp Leone. Let's do that. Do we care who heals this turn, if anyone? Hilda's the one who's injured. I will let Linhardt do the stride. From where he's standing.
Sorry. Well done.
Onward.
Thanks for that.
Okay, so now... These guys are all quite easy to hit. Immortal Savants are certainly bulkier, so I imagine Raphael wants to go after one of them. Wait, does Edelgard move? I assume not. Nope. Okay.
Shall we?
Using up his fire. That's fine. Just switch to Sagittae. Oh, well, or a training lance. Whatever.
My orders?
Okay, almost cleared everything out. I think I'm actually just gonna have Marianne do a drawback on Byleth instead of healing.
I must confess, I never imagined that you would be able to pursue me this far. I don't mean to belittle your skills, Professor, but you far surpassed my expectations. Inform the troops. Destroy anyone who sets foot in the throne room.
What troops? The dude's like, aha, I found the path. it has been shown to me. Okay. So you are out. So we are going to... I mean, we could just double assault troop, I guess. One, two, three, four. Nope, not quite. Yeah, that's okay. And who else do we want to do this? Yoni, I think.
We'll cover you.
Okay.
Steady now.
I'll try.
I don't see a good opportunity to shove. So I need Marianne out of the way so I can draw back. Yes.
You're too kind.
Or I'm gonna dance for Hilda. I was thinking to dance for Lysithea. Yeah, I'll dance for Lysithea.
Thanks.
Right. I guess I don't mind if Claude takes on this guy in enemy phase. Oh, we could actually take this guy out. I forgot Lorenz hadn't moved yet. You want to use Ragnarok? Sure. Good thing he crit twice to get that extra 1 damage.
Did it again.
I'm impressed.
What was it that you did again exactly? Okay. Linhart. Heal Hildo, sure, why not?
Nice.
There is still room for...
Here comes Dedue. Totally gonna make it, Dedue. You're gonna make it. I believes in you. Okay, so we're obviously ready to take on Edelgard. And she does actually look quite scary because of her combination of, like... This weapon is really strong, it has a lot of crit, and she's got counterattack. Plus 20. I mean, I don't know that she's scary enough for it to, like, really matter. I mean, it would be bad if she used that on someone. Or that. But anyway, I can gambit her, is the thing. So, it shouldn't be a problem. Ignat swap with the Dedue. Slow down, Dedue. Slow down. So... do we want to send somebody down there to get this guy? Let's just let Leonie do it. She's good at that sort of thing. And also, Sylvain needs levels, right? I mean, that's very important at this stage of the game.
That took too much effort.
Okay, so... can he attack from here? He can. What? Okay, I take it back what I said about Edelgard potentially being scary. Lorenz could one-round her. What the heck, Edelgard? That's so sad. Okay, well, I was hoping for something a little bit more dramatic than that. Like Claude doing it, for example. Or, well, I don't need to move him quite so far. If I want to get Lorenz into support range, I can.
Sorry.
So many buffs. So he's got, like, 4 dex, 4 speed, 4 luck from the dance, and then he's got 30 avoid from alert stance plus 2. Anyway... can't quite kill her with an iron bow. Definitely can with a brave bow. Not quite with a silver bow. Could use this special bow just for the, you know, the heck of it. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all there is to it. So let's, before we do that, let's get somebody over to... yeah, we can warp with Lysithea. Linhart. heal someone. Sure.
Thank you.
Marianne, heal someone.
That helps.
Oh, it never ends. How many more reinforcements are they gonna launch at us? If we don't block up the stairwells, it's never going to stop.
Oh, okay, sure, Claude. Yeah, that we better block up the stairwells. There's so many enemies on the map. Alright, Claude.
Your ideals. I understand they're not so far removed from my own. But without sufficient knowledge of this land's suffering, I can't entrust Fodlan to you.
Perhaps. I dare say it's true that I don't fully understand the history of Fodlan. Still, I've seen many things in my life. Don't worry. I'll finish the job for you.
Man, she should have at least had, like, crit blocking or something.
It looks as though my path will end here. My teacher.
Man, Byleth isn't your teacher.
Your victory. Strike me down. You must. Even now, across this land, people are killing each other. If you do not act now, this conflict will go on forever. Your path lies across my grave. It is time for you to find the courage to walk it. If I must fall, let it be by your hand. I wanted to walk with you.
Damn, Byleth, that's cold. Yay! Oh my gosh. Oh, the tonality shift there was just a little much.
It's over. We were only able to beat her because of you. This wasn't the conclusion I had hoped for, even though Never mind. It's over now. The important thing is that we won.
Here, boy. A letter. An Imperial General asked me to give it to you.
A letter? Let's see it. It looks like it's from Hubert, Edelgard's vassal.
If you are reading this letter, that means I have perished. As Her Majesty would never surrender to another, I can only assume she has fallen as well. It greatly pains me to think of this coming to pass. That said, as the survivors, I must ask you to settle certain affairs in our stead. You must destroy the threat that slithers in the dark. I am sure you must recall Monica and Tomas. Their allies yet live. They hold deep resentment against the children of the goddess and the people of the world. And they are biding their time until they can exact revenge. If left to their own devices, it is certain they will eventually bring unimaginable calamity and suffering to the world. I detected their sorcery when you took Fort Mercius. I have deduced the location of their stronghold, Shambhala.
What?
You will find its whereabouts enclosed. There is no question that they are the enemies of everyone in Fodlan. Do not allow yourselves to forget that. Lastly, while I cannot say she is in good health, the Archbishop resides in a secret chamber in the Imperial Palace. I have shared the location of the entrance to that secret chamber with the person to whom I have entrusted this letter. I believe that Her Majesty will be victorious. Even still, I must plan for her defeat as well. If you wish to lead this world, I challenge you to rise to the occasion and surpass my estimation of you. Such is your obligation as the victors, and the only fitting tribute to all that Lady Edelgard sacrificed.
Hubert, to leave a letter like this behind, you were a better man than I believed you to be. So,
I
Rhea is
guess.
alive, and the fight isn't over yet. Those who slither in the dark. It sounds like Fodlan will never know peace unless we defeat them. The allies of Monica and Tomas, well, we knew about them already. I think it's safe to assume this is the same group who used Lysithea for their blood experiments. And they were also responsible for the javelins of light that destroyed the fortress. But who are these children of the goddess who they supposedly resent? There's just not enough information here. I don't suppose there's any chance that this is his idea of a prank. If so, wow, good one. Rather than writing a letter, you should have just told us before we fought.
No kidding. That's what I was gonna say. Like, okay, so there's a couple things that bother me about this. Number one, how does Hubert just like magically know where their secret location is? Like, that seems like just, I don't know, out of left field. Number two, why, given that he clearly thinks this is important, I still don't understand why the Crimson Flower route doesn't deal with those who slither in the dark the way that this route is going to. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, and in particular, if he thought it was so important that he prioritized that enough to like inform Claude of it, and to think like he clearly doesn't think Claude is like all bad or whatever, then why, exactly as Claude just said, why didn't they come to the peace table? Why, once he found that location, why didn't he, once Claude sort of rose up, why didn't they approach them and say, because like, uniting Fodlan under the Adrestian banner like wasn't in and of itself the point, right? Like, the point of Edelgard's ambition is to like, overthrow like the system of nobility and like the crest stuff, but she doesn't know that Claude wouldn't get behind that. Anyway, there's a little bit of in both routes, there's a little bit of like trying to force conflicts where it's not obvious that they would have to occur. Yeah.
Right. We still don't know for sure if this letter is telling the truth. Let's go find out.
You have come to save me. Is this a dream?
Well, that was quick.
I have longed to see you again. All this time. Is it truly you?
Claude, I can see you have grown into a reliable young man. Thank you for supporting the professor, and for rescuing me. Surely the protection of the goddess has...
Wait, Rhea. What do you know about the children of the goddess?
Children of... What is this about?
Forgive my bluntness. Someone from the Empire filled us in on a few things. I know it must be painful for us to ask you difficult questions after such an arduous confinement. But we have no choice. We must defeat a secret enemy. Those who slither in the dark. Do you know about them?
Those who slither in the dark.
Apparently, they resent the children of the goddess and the people of the world, and are planning something big, something terrible. They use blood for their wicked magic and are capable of dropping javelins of light from the sky, which are powerful enough to crush a fortress. If you can think of anything at all, please tell us now. We need to know as much as possible about these enemies in order to stop them. This is the critical moment that will determine whether or not Fodlan falls. Can't you see that the time for secrets has passed?
It is true that there is a group of people who have slithered in the darkness and threatened the peace of Fodlan since ancient times. I am sure you have heard the stories of a man named Nemesis.
I just want to say, Shirami Lee is so good. Okay, so like the fact that she did Mei, who is awesome in Echoes, and then she does Rhea here who's a completely different type of character, sounds very different. But now, right, like early in the game, she as Rhea, she kind of has two different like deliveries. She's got her like sort of like kind, you know, soft, wise, like motherly, like, you know, delivery, and then like the harsh, like, you know, hand of justice or whatever, sword of justice type of delivery, like sending people to their executions or whatever. And then of course in Crimson Flower, as you take her on, she becomes increasingly like angry, so that's like another, you know, thing that she does. And then here she's like, she really does a good job of sounding kind of like beaten, right? She's like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll talk about it. Like it doesn't, she doesn't have that like the same like tenor that she did earlier. It's just props to her for being awesome. Anyway,
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He's the hero to whom the goddess gave the Sword of the Creator.
Nemesis was originally the leader of a group of bandits. He plundered the Holy Tomb and stole the remains of the progenitor god. When Nemesis appeared in Xanadu some time later, he already wielded the Sword of the Creator.
Xanadu, the Red Canyon.
I do not know how Nemesis obtained the sword, or why he appeared in Xanadu, but he used that sword to massacre the people there, the children of the progenitor god. From their corpses he gained even more power, and brought war to Fodlan.
That's completely different from what the legends tell us about Nemesis.
A mere bandit like Nemesis would not have been capable of anything so monstrous on his own.
Aha, so Nemesis had accomplices. And those accomplices must have been those who slither in the dark. They used Nemesis. And this time, they used the Imperial Army to once again bring war to Fodlan. I finally get it. And I even understand why Edelgard was associating with them. Just as they were trying to use the Empire was trying to use them. Rhea, there's still a mountain of things I need to ask you. And I will. But I'll leave all of that for another day. You must be weak after living in confinement for so long. Please rest for a while. My friend, let's prepare for battle. We need to strike Shambhala as soon as possible.
You must not allow Fodlan's bloody history, the Red Canyon tragedy, to repeat itself.
so when Sothis talks about the Red Canyon, that's why.
It occurs to me that we never got an answer from Rhea about the children of the goddess.
Yeah. Also, Rhea talks about the Red Canyon, too. And he's right. Presumably what they mean by children of the goddess is, like, the dragons, like her and Sethith. Oh, I also forgot to mention that cutscene, or, well, it wasn't a cutscene, it was just, like, a still image of Byleth holding Rhea. At least one of them had pointy ears. I forgot to, didn't, register, which one, though. I need to go back and look at that. Maybe they both did, but I guess we know Byleth doesn't have pointy ears, though, don't we? Or do we know that? I don't know. Whatever. No, we do know that. Yes, right there. Okay. Yeah, we do know that. So it must have been Rhea.
She did say that the people of the Red Canyon were the children of the progenitor god, so I suppose so. But those evil guys continued to plot their revenge even after the Red Canyon tragedy. Does that mean some of the children of the goddess, or their descendants, are still alive?
Rhea is the obvious answer, but saying Flame might make him... Well, I mean, not that this choice is actually going to matter. But if it did matter, I think saying Flame would be the best approach.
If there's something special about her blood, we can't rule out the possibility. What are these children anyway? And how are they connected to the goddess? I almost disappeared into the bottomless swamp that is my mind. I thought that after we defeated the Empire, I'd be able to see that sight I long to see. I've told you about my dreams before. I want to break down the wall separating Fodlan from the outside world. The sight I want to see lies beyond that. Honestly, it's a trivial thing to fixate on. Just people, gathered in their towns, living out their lives together, sometimes laughing, sometimes fighting. But the people living there aren't just citizens of Fodlan. There are people from Dagda, Bridget, and even Dusker and Srang. There could be people who were born in Almyra, or countries even farther east there, too. All of those people living together like it's nothing special at all. That's the sight I long to see. It's so simple, but still so far away. But this is no time for complaining. We need to focus on capturing Shambhala. Let's hurry up and gather everyone together.
So, you mean to tell me that Fodlan will fall to ruin if we leave those guys be?
If this map is reliable, their base is just south of my family's territory.
This story is a bit much to believe. And yet...
It does ring true, somehow.
Remember Monica, the one who killed Gerald, and the old man who was masquerading as Tomas? They were their allies, and the Flame Emperor and the Death Knight were merely their pawns.
The people who were after my blood? They were also the ones who used me to conduct their blood experiments.
As awful as it sounds, they're seemingly fond of using blood in their secret techniques.
Ugh, that's really gross. I could never be friends with someone like that.
I believe they were also responsible for the Javelin of Light that destroyed Fort Mercius.
Hold up, boy. Do you really think that we can win against such powerful foes?
I don't know. But we have to try, don't we?
Well, more to the point, if they could have just, like, come in and kicked everyone's asses, then they would have done it. So the fact that they haven't suggests that their actual military might not be that great.
We've really taken on something big. I wonder if our names will go down in history.
My heroic name, passed down
Oh,
to future
God.
generations? A worthy cause indeed.
They were trying to use the Imperial Army to plunge Fodlan into war, but we nipped that in the bud. Now,
Not
we just need to
exactly
tear
nipped it
out
in the
their roots.
bud.
And I know we have what it takes to do it.
We beat them, but it went pretty far first.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Blue Sea Moon. The city without light. Immediately following Edelgard's defeat, the Alliance Army discovers the existence of another adversary, a group operating behind the scenes within the Empire. Claude suspects that if the true enemy is left unchecked, disaster will befall Fodlan, and so he cuts short the celebration and the troops head for Shambhala, where this foe resides.
Oh. Ugh.
I just don't get it.
What is it, Claude?
Those Javelins of Light, they were trying to use it to kill us at Fort Mercius, right? But then why not drop it on Garreg Mach? They must have known for a while that we were here.
It is not that they chose to refrain.
Oh, hey,
but
Rhea.
rather that they were unable to do so.
Rhea, how are you feeling?
I am well enough. I cannot afford to rest while Fodlan is in danger.
What do you mean when you say they couldn't drop a javelin of light here?
We got special
Once,
magic.
A very long time ago, a massive ball of light fell upon this monastery. However, that light mysteriously changed course in mid-air and landed in Aelel instead.
Aelel, the Valley of Torment. So that's what the wreckage of those javelins of light looks like.
The Holy Tomb is not only the location of the progenitor god's eternal slumber, but also a sacred vessel for a power that repels evil. Supposedly, the progenitor god built the Holy Tomb herself to protect her children from the evil light.
So the children of the goddess gathered in Xanadu because of its proximity to the monastery?
Okay, hold on. If she was really the progenitor god, then she wouldn't have needed to do this because she could have just not made the people who slither in the dark.
But we've fought at distant locations many times.
Despite that, the javelins of light only fell on Fort Mercius.
In his letter, Hubert said that he detected their magic when the fort fell. In other words, because they used a javelin of light, Hubert was able to pinpoint the location of their base.
Oh, an explanation.
So they didn't use it before then because they didn't want us to know where their base is?
Amazing.
In any case, those javelins of light must be something they can't just use whenever they want.
Brilliant! There's an actual explanation. And Hubert would know to look for that too, because unlike Claude and friends, Hubert would know that they were the ones who were responsible. And this may also even explain how they were able to deal with them in Crimson Flowers, since they used the attack on Aryan Road. Oh man, I feel so much better about all of this now.
And they finally decided to use one at Mercius, where they were sure they'd be able to finish us off. It's only thanks to the whims of the Death Knight that we escaped with our lives. And no javelins of light have fallen since then.
It's possible that the enemy hasn't yet realized that we've learned the location of their base.
If so, their guard may be down, which makes this the perfect time for a surprise attack.
A month from now.
I will accompany you.
What? No, that would be far too dangerous. Your long confinement weakened you greatly, did it not?
Those people have opposed us since ancient times. I wish to learn the truth about them for myself.
I understand. I will not stop you, but please take care not to overexert yourself.
We don't know exactly what we're up against here, but having you around is very reassuring, Rhea. Let's prepare to strike at Shambhala before they make their next move.
All right. Well, yeah, the addition of that little bit there makes me feel much happier about how all this fits together. Like they didn't just like overlook or jam something in. I mean, you know, it's not perfect, but yeah, I'm much more okay with everything now. So, I guess. Oh, morale meals. It's Harvest Festival. Veggies? Okay. And the Goddess's Rite of Rebirth. I forget what that is. Okay. I don't think that actually does anything, but who knows. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is end up probably exploring the monastery this weekend. So I will next episode next calendar weekend probably be doing more auxiliary battles, but I do also have like a whole still mess of supports to go through. So that's probably I'll do like an episode of supports, then I'll like do this month's monastery exploring, some more supports, then probably some more supports, and then we go and destroy Shambhala. I don't think this is the last chapter. I think this is the second to last chapter. I looked it up at one point, but maybe it is the last chapter. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I hope I have time to get through all of the supports. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time.